The first stock ticker we're going to be taking a look at here is stock ticker symbol AERO. All right, so Joe brought this one up yesterday, and I'll tell you what, I don't know what he found with the company. I'm sure he's going to talk about it, but I looked at this morning before the stock market opened, and right away, as soon as I seen this chart, I was like, "Oh man, he picked a good one." From a technical standpoint, um, like I said, he'll go through about the company, a little bit about it once I'm finished here. But the one thing that I really want to look at is like when I seen this chart first, the first thing that I noticed with it was right here. I seen this red Bollinger Band or a red candle right here bounce outside that lower Bollinger Band. Again, everybody that watches us, everybody that tunes in here knows that I go off a certain set of a few things here with the chart. The Bollinger Bands, it's a simple day moving averages, 10, 20, and 30. I pay attention to the upper and lower Bollinger Band. Now, what I seen with this one was this red candle that came outside the lower Bollinger Band. In this next candle, which was yesterday, a green candle coming back in, closing green, showing that it was going to come back inside. And then I could have put money on it if I was watching this, if I was still trading stocks, I would have been in this thing first thing this morning. First thing. Because I mean, look at you see this right here, come back in, look at where that price is. So you see it come outside, get back in, boom, pop up. You see it right here, get lower, the green confirmation, pop right back up. Where we're at here with AERO, I'm gonna put my bets on that this thing's gonna be heading up. Looking in the long term, it's headed up. I mean, look at that. I mean, if you see an uptrend, look way back here at $1.05, and that was in the beginning of the year. So look at that steady uptrend. Of course, you're gonna have a pullback. People that are way back here that've been in this stock for, 7, 8 months, 9 months, 10 months. I mean, they're up 2, 3, 400%. Of course, they're gonna take gains. I mean, that's exactly what you're seeing right here. I mean, yeah, that's really what you're seeing. I wouldn't necessarily say this is a reversal in the chart. It's going back down. I mean, it's just been a steady uptrend starting, looks like literally a year ago, right around a year ago exactly, is when this thing started turning around. So go ahead and delete that one. And let me go ahead. All right, there, remove my markings here. What I'm going to say here is I would definitely think that the first major resistance is going to be roughly at 399. And I'm looking at that coming back from, if we look at right here, you're going to see that same line. Okay, so right here, see all that level right there and those candlesticks. All right, so once it got through there, boom, it stayed above, bounced off of it again, bounced off. So it bounced off right here too. It came right back up again right here, but it fell through. So of course, when you come back up, it's got to make its way through there. You see that right here, but when it got through, it really took off. So that right there, like I said, your first major resistance level is going to be roughly at $3.99. After that, you're going to go up to about $4.20, and we will probably cover it again before then. So, Joe, what would you like to add here?
Well, I found it because I was looking through Form 4s,
Okay.
and I noticed that there was a lot of buys for it. So I wanted to see what was going on. That's basically kind of piqued an interest for me. So I went in and looked at it, and then, excuse me, I'm still kind of under the weather today, and that's pretty much that. I'm gonna go to the doctor's a little later and see if I got strep throat. So doing shows right now are like a pleasure.
Yeah, that's all
Yeah,
right. Yeah, that's all right. Like I
yeah.
text Joe last night. I was like, hey, what about we do like 50 tickers a day, man? He
Yeah,
just
so
replied, LOL.
yeah, yeah.
Not
Can't
right
do
now,
that.
but
Well, I mean, maybe if I like when I'm feeling better, I'll be fine. But
right.
not right now. All right. So, anyways, I was looking through it and I wanted to see what was going on. So I started to just kind of dissect the company a little more and see what the heck they do. And then from there, what I did was I looked at a Form 8K that was released on November 29th. So if you want to pull that up, Dave, want me to give you the link to it?
What was it, Joe?
That's the 8K on November 29th
Yeah, where was that?
on EA, well, right on OTC Markets. Or you can go to the OTC Markets, go right to the filings right there. So I started looking into that a little more, and it said that on November 29th, SMG Global Media exercised a warrant entered into on April 22nd, 2013 between AERO International
Okay.
and SMG Global Media. So I wanted to see what it was, what it was retaining or refraining. Excuse me. So anyways, they exercised their warrant, and then also there was news that the director right there, it's the person that I seen buying the stocks, Michael S. Barish and Mike Wolf, resigned as directors of the company. So that was in the same one. So I'm like, well, what's that about? So you start looking into more and more. And then it basically says the resignations were not because of any disagreement with the company or its management. And Mr. Wolf will continue in his role as chief executive officer of the company. All right, so that's like, well, what's going on there? He's buying these stocks, and this is happening. And I mean, the Form 4s were pretty much like a wash, where he was selling some shares that he already had and this and that. But
Right.
then when I looked further down to it, it says on item 8.01, other events. So on November 29th, the board of directors declared a cash distribution of 1.21, so $1.21 per share of common stock. The dividend is payable January 3rd, 2017 to shareholders of record on December 20th, 2016. So they're doing a literally,
Right.
that's pretty cool right there. They're doing a dividend of $1.21 per share. So what you're seeing on that chart right now, think about that. The comments, $1.21 per share. So I
Right.
looked down more. I'm like, well, where are they getting this money from? So when they exercised, the exercise generated 47.8 million in cash for the company. So what the board of directors did is they declared a 41 million into that $1.21 per share distribution. So 41 million of that, of the 47.8 million, is going to that right there. Yeah.
Interesting.
So that's
Really, I
pretty
mean,
good. Yeah.
I
And then
think that you found something here.
yeah, no, I know I did, definitely. So then 6.8 million retained, like basically the 4.1 million is going into that, and then the 6.8 million is retained to retire all debt, fund working capital and growth. So this company right here, that money right there is going towards a dividend. 41 million of it, for anybody that has a stock, like per share $1.21, which that's what drew my attention anyways. And then the director, how they basically resigned, but yet they're staying on and all this other stuff. So generally what happened was, we go back to this other thing right here. Go to the news, right? If you right over on there and you look at the news, on November 30th, so the following day, AERO reports that Scott's Miracle Grow Company has exercised its current outstanding warrants, right? Establishing an 80% beneficial ownership position. So that actual company that did that right there is Scott's Miracle Grow Company.
Wow.
Right. So now if you look at all like how like there's a big rush in medical marijuana and everything else. So this AERO Company is the manufacturer and distributor of the world's leading indoor gardening systems. The AERO Garden line of smart countertop gardens.
Okay.
You understand? So
Yeah.
so they exercised that. They just took 80% ownership of this. And then, I mean, what you're seeing right now, like recently in the elections, how like more and more things, had a tendency of becoming legalized.
Right.
So I mean, this company right here has a potential of like that long term, like it's got some potential, in my opinion. I mean, I'm not a licensed advisor in any way, but this is the kind of stuff I would look for towards, a long term growth potential stock. And that's why when I found that Form 4s and I just kind of looked at it, because I mean, whenever I look at when I used to, invest in companies, I'd sit there and try to find things that nobody else is really looking at.
Right. Right.
And then
So
this thing right here, I personally feel this one right here is pretty much off everybody's radar, which,
right. So Hey, everybody that's going to be watching this video either later on today, next week, in a few days, in a few months, even in a year or two, remember December 7th, 2016, we were talking about this on investorshangout.com. So, I mean, me and Joe talked about this yesterday about stocks that are moving now to stocks that, you know, are being discussed a lot right now, and the potential of companies that are going to be rocking and rolling here in the near term. So we're going to try to, you know, broaden our range here, the stocks that we cover. I mean, a lot of our members are going to see this video, you know, Joe. I mean, a lot of them will.
Mhm.
So especially right now, I mean, we've got a lot of people on here right now watching the stream. So everybody right here is learning about this right now at $3.70. And like I said, down here, when I seen that candle, I would have put all my money on today. I would have said this thing is going to go up today. Granted, yes, it's $3.72. I mean, if you're a penny stock trader, this is probably going to be a lot more stable. I mean, this thing has got 100% growth right here in the short term. You know, look at it was up to $5.61. Not necessarily 100, but about 70% 2 months ago. Not even
Mm.
a month and a half ago. You know, Joe. So, I mean,
Yeah.
yeah, it's went down a little bit, but it's coming back up. It's getting it back together. So, definitely keep that in mind. Definitely
Well, this
put
this is what I keep in mind when I look at something like this. Here you have a QB stock, right? Yeah, granted it's traded at $3.70 for something on the OTC. It's like, you know, most people aren't really used to that when it's like an OTC stock because a lot of
right.
times they generally push up. But I mean, the 80% position right now is held by Scott's Miracle Grow. And if you look at where they're traded right now, I think it's something like $90 a share,
Right.
something like that. Yeah, NASDAQ. So their ticker symbol's SMG, and right now they're up, 1.09% at $91.82 a share. So that one company right there owns 80% of this actual company.
Mm. I know.
This
I mean,
this
yeah, there's
debt
a
this
lot.
debt-free company, it's going to be debt-free shortly. You know, we're basically what they're saying they're doing with that 47.8 million. You know, and right now it's currently, see where it's at. So it's got a market value of like 31 million right now, where it's traded at the 372. You know what I'm saying? So think
Right.
about that. It's got a market value of 31 million, and literally they're taking 41 million, putting that towards a dividend, and then taking the other 6.7 million and putting that towards paying off any, like, you know, outstanding debt. And now you're gonna have a debt-free company that's just going forward in a market that's like literally, I guess some people say it's still kind of the wild, wild west in a sense, you know, regarding that kind of marketplace. But I mean,
Right. So if anybody
we're
that's
looking for winners right now.
right, anybody that wants to take a look at their website, I'm over on it right now. It's aerogarden.com, AERO garden.com. Yeah, so that's Form 4. Here's their company website, and we're back at the chart. So, Joe, I've got nothing else to add for AERO. We can move on to the next one if you like.
Yeah, that sounds good.
All
I
right,
want to
this is,
keep the talking to a minimum. My
yeah.
throat's a little burning.
So, AERO, keep that one on radar.